Hello and welcome to Not Gambling Advice, the baseball betting stream on the Just Baseball Network. It is Tuesday, August 8th. I'm your host, Peter Apple. We are here to deliver you some MLB winners, which we didn't do yesterday, or at least I didn't. Cali Wager had a great day. Pretty sure Mid-Major Matt hit his. I think everybody else was hitting bets except for your boy. So guess what we're going to do? We're doing some giveaways today. We're doing some damn giveaways today. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. So Colby is about to come on and explain the giveaways, right? Because it's going to have a lot to do with prize picks, but we're also going to do some cash giveaways. The stream was just supposed to be prize pick giveaways, free entries, all that good stuff. But I'm giving away some cash prizes because I owe you guys. Now, all of this is free. So technically, I don't owe anyone anything, but I love this community. And when I lose, I feel it more than just in my bank account. So I want to give away 2 different $50 cash prizes, but you have to come into the Twitch stream. I see all of you just watching on Twitter, just like, on the outskirts looking in. I love our people on YouTube, but we're doing it in Twitch. So in this stream today, 3 different prize picks, free entry giveaways, as well as 2 of my own coming straight from my Venmo account. No business accounts. I'm not writing shit off. This is from my personal bank account that I'm sending you guys because I love you and I know I lost your coin yesterday, and that's on me, right? The best thing I can do is try to deliver you winners today and at least soften the blow by doing a couple of giveaways. Hope everybody's having a great start to their Tuesday. I know I am. I'm very excited. So in this stream, of course, is presented by the Pikkit Sports App, where all of the bets are trapped. Look at all the W's. You don't have to, but respect it, Pete. I know I don't have to, but I love you guys too much not to. I do. And I always will. All right? If you show me support, I'm going to show you support. Pretty strong. What do we... Subbangs, Ahan, raised to win the World Series plus 2,000X. Yeah, it's not looking ideal right now. It's not looking ideal. Shane McClanahan just unfortunately went on the IL, is expected to miss the rest of the season. But here's the leaderboard. Before we bring on Colby to explain the rules of the giveaway, this is the current leaderboard. We got Javon in chat, not on stream, traveling, working, doing whatever. But he is still in first place. We got Gino from Bet Openly quietly in second place. And Ollie 1 unit, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again, doesn't get enough shine for being really good at his craft. I'm still somehow in the green. I don't know how. DeGen is going to come on later. We got Ben, Anthony. We got so many people coming on to give picks. 9 different cappers coming on today to give their picks in order to win us back some more coin. But on the off chance that we don't win coin today, even though I think we will, big giveaway stream. So let me introduce Colby Olson. He's about to announce the rules of the giveaway on the prize pick side. Colby, I don't know if you heard, I'm in the giving mood, so I'm also doing 2 $50 cash prizes from my entire Venmo account on top of the prize picks giveaway. Let the people know what they should be expecting.
Yeah, I hate to pile on here, Pete, but you're a little used to losing units. So what's another 100, right?
Rude, but fair.
But yes, big prize picks giveaway stream today. So in order to have a chance to win a prize picks $25 entry, so that entry is going to be a 5-pick flex entry to win $250. So if you hit all 5, you win $250. It's no risk. We're giving it to you for free. So we're going to be doing a drawing at the end of this stream. So that should be probably around a little after 6, I would imagine. 6:15, 6:20. Stick around, and we're going to be doing a drawing. Producer Cohen will pull up a wheel of all of the viewers of this stream, and you'll have a chance to enter to win that. And if your name is called, please do reach out to either myself or Peter on Twitter and just send your email address that you use to make your prize picks account, and we'll get those entries into your account. And then also this stream, Peter, we have something fun going on with prize picks where we're giving everybody coming on stream today a risk-free half unit prize picks entry to win 1 unit. So a 2-pick, half-unit entry on Prize Picks for no risk. We just want everybody to be playing Prize Picks today and hopefully give you guys some winners for these free entries.
Again, so they won't be counted on the record, but we're playing a bunch of Prize Picks today. The board is absolutely loaded, so we might as well get in the weeds. And like Colby said, 3 different risk-free $25 entries. If you hit all 5, you will win $250, again, risk-free. And then on top of it, at the end of the stream, when we pick all the different people who are going to win those, additionally, 2 different $50 cash prizes. Ahan made a really good point in chat when you were chirping me that you're very loud from 14th place. You're very loud.
From 13th down 13th. Almost 15 units. So yes, absolutely being loud, and I deserve all of the hate. And so shout out to Ollie. You know what? Shout out to Ollie, because I almost wish he was putting full units on these bets. He might be in the lead.
He might be in the lead. And we're going to hear from him today. Hopefully he's got unit plays. But Colby, thanks again. We will be doing it at the end of stream, so stay tuned. Again, we have 9 different people coming on to give picks. Colby, we'll see you in a little bit to give you
Sounds good. Yep, I'll have picks soon. See you guys later.
See you later. All right, so today I'm going to run you through my 2 picks. I got a Prize Picks entry of my own. I'm only putting 0.2 units on it, but for the competition, luckily for me, it's getting tracked for 0.5 units to win a unit. But I'm not actually putting that on. Just want to make that clear, right? For me, it's always a 0.2 units. Just trying to lay the land because I can't hit shit, but I'm going to try my best. All right? Okay. Let's do a quick recap, though, before we get into the picks. Fuck. No, keep it up. I want to look at that. That is motivating. Quick moment of silence before we get into the highlights. Let's do it. We'll start with Miami because that was just shit. We got Brandon Williamson and his 5.67 expected ERA. Got off to a great start with a little Jorge Soler bang. I'm on the road to Mets versus Cubs. I'm in the Uber watching the game on my phone, and I'm like, perfect. Yuri Perez is dealing. They're not scoring enough, but, we got a little balk call. Doesn't matter. I guess 91 at the top of the zone is too fast for Jorge Soler. And then the Reds just start doing Reds things, right? Yuri Perez just kind of fell apart. He lost his velo a little bit. Command was just not there. And then the Reds just did Reds stuff. Wasn't fun. Look at all the home runs off Yuri Perez. It's funny. He only gave up 4 hits, 4 earned runs. That's baseball for you. And then for some reason, this Marlins lefty killer lineup where Brandon Williamson has an 830 OPS against right-handed hitters where it's all righties except for Jesus Sanchez. Spencer Steer, great play over there. And then the Reds just decided, yep, this is our game to win. And the Marlins had absolutely no shot. All right, nice job, Jazz. Great home run by Jazz. Skip Shoemaker he's just pissed, right? He's just pissed. And then Alexis Diaz came in. Nice little ground ball double play to end it for the guy hitting 380. Yeah, nice celebration, Ellie. Screw you. All right, let's talk Kansas City. This one sucked. So we got a little momentum early. Didn't end up really mattering, though, because, Red Sox got out of it. And then we got Cole Reagans again. So the pitch on a plus 170 line for Cole Reagans, right? 96 miles an hour he's sitting with his fastball. This is a guy, at least if we're going to lose a bet, let's learn something. We learned that Cole Reagans might be the real deal. Now, if he can maintain the velo, that's huge for him. All right, we got a little Royals momentum. Bye. Nice. Oh, he was safe. Didn't matter. Producer Cohen just saying it for me. He's like, oh, it didn't matter. Yeah, the Red Sox started scoring. Red Sox keep scoring. It's about 2-0 Red Sox at about this current time. But then the Royals, they start putting it together a little bit, right? Brian Bayo pitched really, really well. Got to give it up to him. Royals dink and dunk their way to something. Then we got Bobby Witt Jr. coming up. Smacks a double. He has been fantastic. He is really blossoming into a star. I think he's the first hitter in Major League history to start with his first 2 seasons, 20 home runs and 30 stolen bases, has already reached his home run total from last year. Yeah, this was the worst call I've ever seen. That's a swing. It's a swing. And then Pablo Reyes. I'm watching the game in the subway on the way back from Citi Field. In play runs when you don't need runs is about the worst call to get. That was the right call. It lost, but for example, like the Marlins losing, that was a bad bet, I guess, on the wrong side. That lost, but the Royals 2-2, and when you lose on that type of call, is it complaining? Yeah, I guess it's complaining. Shit happens in baseball, but just extremely unfortunate. But I don't know if it was more unfortunate than this. If you told me that Ken Waldachuk would have 6 innings of 2-run ball and the A's are plus 195, we're making that bet 30 times out of 10. He was dealing. That was a ball, but we'll take it. Right? Some things bounce our way, some things don't. Look at Shea Langeliers, worst framer in Major League Baseball. And you know that Barry Bonds tweeted out after this game that he someday wishes that he could be like Nick Allen? Your producer Code just said, that was a good joke. Thanks, producer Code. But the A's were kind of swinging it here, right? Dane Dunning was not very good, especially against the A's. And the A's take a 3-0 lead. I'm like, all right, perfect, right? 0.5 units to win about a unit. We'll lose a unit today. It won't be too bad. But then this happened. Can we be better? JJ Bleday, I know that's a tough catch, but be real with me. Major League Baseball players make that catch. That's a tough catch. That's a tough catch. And then this. Can we be better? Can we just be better? Did they even get a run on anything that they earned? Didn't matter. Ball game. Such a tough day. Breaking news. Bad team sucks. It's a good point. What do I expect? I expect Major League Baseball players to catch the ball. I don't think that's that much to ask. Let's remember this day when we sweep the board today. And we're going to start in Pittsburgh. Now, this total has moved. WCLV doesn't matter. Let's talk about it. And I'll tell you how to bet it if you like the analysis, right? Because right now I know it's a 10. I checked BetMGM before we started, and I saw 10 at minus 115. Good for us. We got CLV moved a half run in our direction. At this point, does anybody care? All right. At first glance, I really thought the Pirates had value on the money line. But then I looked deeper, and only one unit can definitely understand this. I asked myself about Mitch Keller. Are you seriously going to risk it on this guy? Mitch Keller has looked nothing like he did in the first half. Good luck against this Braves offense. The reason I initially leaned towards Mitch Keller was Yonny Chirinos, right? When the Rays can't figure you out, there's something wrong. And Javon can definitely point to that, as can DeGen, who you'll see later in the show. The Braves grabbed him, and it hasn't really gone all that well for him. He's put up a 7.71 ERA so far with the Braves through 2 starts. He did look better against the Angels, though, in his second of 2 starts, tossing 5 innings and allowing 3 earned runs. He did something different to his pitch mix. He threw 31 splitters and only 5 sliders, which is a big change up to his time with the Rays, right? Because he was primarily fastball, slider, splitter, right? So he was fastball about 38% of the time, slider and splitter about 25% each, and then he's got a couple other pitches that he basically throws as taste breakers, right? But now he's just focused on the fastball and splitter. And I think it's intriguing, but at the same time, his fastball is not good enough for him to be a 2-pitch guy. He's been moderately effective from a result standpoint, posting a 4.02 ERA this season. However, he's only striking out 13% of batters and now sits with a 5.72 expected ERA, placing him in the 6th percentile. He's facing a Pirates offense that's slowly getting rolling here, folks. It's not much, but it's also not the dumpster fire offense that we're used to. An 87 WRC plus against righties puts them in the bottom 10 in Major League Baseball since July 1st. But they've been above average in the last 2 weeks, posting a 103 WRC plus. So they've been an above average offense against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. And my opinion is seeing Spencer Strider, who they hit yesterday, then seeing Yonny Chirinos, I think it's going to give them a relaxing day at the plate. And the Pirates, weirdly enough, have been a bit unlucky, which is interesting to see. They rank 9th in hard hit rate against righties in the last 2 weeks. Chirinos is extremely easy to hit the ball hard against, sitting in the 17th percentile in hard hit rate. Now, the one thing that can save Chirinos, right, because it's not like the Pirates are going to score 15 runs off him, his ground ball rate, which is key, right? Because we talk about it all the time. Guys like Bryce Elder, ground ball rate guys, if they can keep the ball on the ground, sometimes it's just a lot of hard hit ground balls. But the Pirates, since July 1st, 7th lowest ground ball rate in baseball. They've been keeping the ball in the air. I just don't see him having that much success today. And he's proved that, like, right, we talked about a successful outing for him against the Angels. 5 innings, 3 earned. Mitch Keller. Remember when we talked about him being a potential Cy Young candidate? Not so much anymore. Regression has really hit him like a truck. He's only registered 37 plate appearances against the Braves' current roster, but it's not been good. Braves hitters are hitting .343 with a .368 xWOBA and a .534 expected slug. It's just not good. Now, his velocity, this is the big issue here, right? Because we look at these small samples and it's like, great. They've hit Mitch Keller before. They've seen him. Good to know. But what's happening to Mitch Keller? So, he was near 97 miles an hour and 95 miles an hour on his sinker earlier this season, touching 98, 99. I even saw him grabbing triple digits. But the fastball now is at 95 miles an hour. That's what it's averaging. The sinker has fallen to 93. So it seems like he used up all of his gas early on in the season. And he added a cutter, which was intriguing early on when the velocity was high. But now opponents have a .370 xWOBA against it. Right? So he's really, really regressing right before our eyes. And then on top of it, the cutter velocity, so even when it was at his peak velocity, it was still getting hit relatively hard. It averaged 90 miles an hour at the beginning of the season. In his last start, it averaged 87.7 miles an hour. Now, so we know that Mitch Keller is regressing. We know that Yonny Chirinos is not very good, and he doesn't even have that good of a matchup against the Pirates. Should we talk about the Braves offense? Do we need the stats? First in hard hit rate. 4th in WRC plus, 2nd in OPS, 1st in isolated power, which is first in ISO, isolated power by a lot, right? Seeing what they do is kind of funny, but this truly is a historic offense. Are they better against lefties? Sure. Does it matter? Not particularly. So here's another reason why I'm not on the Pirates. The bullpen. Colin Holderman is solid, and he's going to be available today. But will I really back the Pirates in the hopes that Colin Holderman comes in and shoves? Not particularly. Because David Bednar and Yerry De Los Santos, who are really solid, have been used in 3 of the last 4 days. Excuse me. Angel Perdomo, another solid reliever, threw 24 pitches yesterday. So everybody that watched that Braves-Pirates game saw that the starters did not go long, and both bullpens, because it was close, used a lot of high-quality arms yesterday for 20 to 30 pitches. Not ideal, right? And even when we look at the Braves bullpen, now it's a delicate spot for them because, again, they don't have ideal rest, but they have some guys ready to come in who are okay, right? Kirby Yates should come in. Colin McHugh should come in. Brad Hand, right? Like, Iglesias should be able to pitch, based on the fact that he threw 15 pitches yesterday and hasn't really been used. But I'm assuming because he threw yesterday, he's only going to be available in a closer situation. So we just got to hope that at the time of the total, like let's say the Braves are winning 7-5, right? It already went over and then he comes in. But he's not going to come in like high leverage situations early on if it's, lower run scoring. And then if it's 4-3 in the 9th, I don't have faith in the Pirates coming back and we're just going to lose anyway. It's also beautiful hitting weather today at PNC. It's a good day for players who hit the ball hard, as pressure is lower than usual, and which is important at PNC, and we have 8 miles an hour of wind blowing out. Now, the ballpark in particular is calling for a 10% increase in runs, which is more than it did yesterday. It's supposed to be 80 degrees at game time. So when I first looked at this game, I was like, a Yanni Chirinos, Mitch Keller with the Pirates offense heating up and the Braves just being the Braves. I think this game should be at 10.5, as did the model, right? The model has it at 10.5 too. So I took it at 9.5 at -110. We've seen it climb all the way up to 10. Let's see. Let's just go on BetMGM right now. Let's see what we're looking at here. BetMGM. Let's see. Nationals take a 3-0 lead. 10 at -115. Would I put 1.15 units at 10? No. Would I put a unit if you like that analysis? Yeah, I think that's a good play. Because, right, it has to go over 10. I still think it has value up to 10.5, right? So I took it at 9.5. Javon in here, I bet. Yeah, I bet. How's everybody doing? What do we think about that yesterday? Plus the rain delay yesterday, exactly. I actually really like this over. Hell, the Braves could hit this over by themselves. Agreed. I think the Braves destroy Mitch Keller today. And then on top of it, Pirates offense has been hot. Both bullpens have been used. It did move a half run, which if we were talking at the beginning of the season, we'd be like, ooh, got cool CLV. We'll see, right? But what I will say is the model has it at 10.5. I had it at 10.5, and I think this one soars. All right, let's talk about the underdog of the day. So we're going to travel to Baltimore. And this one, and I've seen DeGen on Twitter. I don't think he likes this one, but let's talk about why I like it, and then you can make a decision. I know some slight or Astros fan is not going to like this one, but let's talk about it. First of all, the series is going to be awesome, right? Sometimes we bet on games, and it's not that fun to watch because it's like two crap teams, and we're trying to find value. No matter what, if we win or lose this bet, this game is going to be awesome. We have two of the best teams in baseball going at it, and Framber Valdez is coming off a no-hitter, right? So my sick brain was already going to look at the Orioles just at first glance because Framber is coming off that no-hitter. But then I looked at the pitching props, and I came away hungry. Domingo Germán threw a perfect game against the A's, then allowed 9 hits and 3 runs. What was his next start? The Orioles. Kind of a weird coincidence. Doesn't really matter, though, because Domingo Germán is not even close to what Framber is. But it is expected that a pitcher coming off a performance like that turns around and doesn't have his best stuff. In the last 15 no-hitters, do you know what the ERA is of the pitcher coming off that no-hitter? Do you know what it is, Cohen? Producer Cohen? Just take a wild guess. 5.10, right? You wouldn't expect that. So I've faded Framber a lot this season, and a lot of people say, you know, why do you keep doing that? We've been profitable doing it. Talk to Henry. He tracks all my picks. I want to see. I have been profitable fading Framber in the right spots, right? I didn't fade Framber against the Guardians, and then he threw a no-hitter, but I'm fading him in this spot because he does have these continued issues, and I just feel that the market overvalues him. First off, he's been far worse on the road, posting a 4.11 ERA compared to a 2.44 ERA at home. I think I faded him once at home, and we won, right? Not to mention, and that was against the Rangers, who won that game 13-5. Not to mention his ERA is 2 runs worse during night games than during day games, right? These are just little areas of like, when are you going to fade Framber? Night road games. That's when you just should look at it and then dive a little bit deeper, right? And he has some very intriguing props. Framber Valdez is -155 to go under 6.5 strikeouts. He's -130 to go over 2.5 earned runs. After throwing a no-hitter, he's -150 to go over 5.5 hits. He's posted for 6 hits today on Prize Picks. After throwing a no-hitter. What about on the flip side? When we look at Grayson Rodriguez, he's -150 to go under 2.5 earned runs. His hits prop is at 4.5, albeit juiced towards the over. And his strikeout line is even at 5.5. Believe whatever you want, but I think BetMGM thinks Grayson continues his dominance and Framber kind of returns to earth a little bit. So when picking between two outstanding teams, the numbers this season don't matter that much because these two teams are going to come to play, right? But for the argument's sake, let's talk about it. Since July 1st, the Astros ranked 17th in WRC plus at 98, 10th in hard hit rate, and 18th in OPS at 712. Simultaneously, the Orioles ranked 14th in OPS and WRC plus at 780 and 113, and 4th in hard hit rate against left-handed pitching. So the hard hit rate, I keep saying this, it's very essential here because that's been Framber's issue. He's rocking the highest hard hit rate in his career outside of a shortened 2020 season, and his ground ball rate has dropped 13% from last year. Framber Valdez had a 67% ground ball rate last year. This season, 55%. And when you're allowing harder contact than ever and more of it is in the air, he's not quite the Cy Young caliber pitcher, right? And that's what I think he continues to be priced at, right? The AL Cy Young Award winner. I don't think that's what he should be valued at. I still like him. I still think he's one of the better pitchers in the American League. But to be continually priced as the Cy Young caliber favorite, I think is incorrect. Now, important though, if you disagree with that statement, if you disagree with my analysis, perfectly fine. I will not be offended. Bet on the Astros because you're getting a great price, right? Minus 125 on the road. WCLV again. It was minus 135. Now it's minus 125. The bet hit. Going, the bet hit already. Seriously, though. If you disagree with that and you think Framber should win the Cy Young, bet against him because if you think that, you're getting a great price on him, right? But I'm really high on Grayson Rodriguez. And looking at his full season stats is something we should not do, right? Because he's a really young guy and he was horrible early on in the year. But ever since he's been called back up, he's been dynamite. He struggled against the Dodgers in his first start back up, which is to be expected. 4 earned runs in about 5 or 6 innings. Not ideal, but again, it is the Dodgers. He dominated the Yankees. I watched that entire start. He made us look like children. But then had one mistake against the Blue Jays where he allowed 2 hits and 3 earned runs, right? So what did he change? What's happened? Well, at the beginning of the season, he was averaging about 96.5 miles an hour on his fastball, right? We talked about the same thing with Cole Reagans. Now, in his last 3 starts, especially against the Blue Jays, averaged 98.5 miles an hour on his 4-seam fastball. I truly believe he's a future ace in this league, and he's been proving it in his last couple of starts. Now, with both teams having an off day yesterday, both bullpens are relatively a full go, and I'll explain. The Orioles bullpen is an absolute full go. Nobody in their entire bullpen has thrown more than 20 pitches in the last 2 days, and none of them threw yesterday. So everybody in the Orioles pen is a full go, and the Orioles rank number 2 in all of Major League Baseball in Sierra at 3.61. Now, the Astros rank 3.75, but the Orioles are going to have Grayson. They can go to anyone they want. Then they can go to Cano and Bautista rested. That's a recipe for success in my eyes. Now, I love the Astros bullpen, but they had plenty of work this season against my Yankees, right? And Presley was day-to-day due to soreness. Not exactly. I don't know if he's going to be available today, but he was scratched and is still day-to-day. He might pitch, but I got to factor in he's not going to be fully healthy. Now, Brian Abreu, Hector Neris, Phil Maton, the 3 other best relievers in their pen, all threw 24 pitches or more. Brian Abreu threw 32 on Sunday. Neris threw 27. Maton threw 24. So it's doubtful that they're going to be available. Could they go to Rafael Montero? Some slight. How do we feel about Rafael Montero coming into the game? We'll see. Right? Just not an ideal rest spot for the Astros bullpen, which is already worse with full health to the Orioles. Now, what did I make the line at? I made the line at Astros should be minus 115. Orioles should be minus 105. And that's out of respect for Framber. Because like I said, should he be minus 130? That I think is too high. Should be minus 115 against Grayson? Yes, I think that's fair. But think about it, right? We love the Astros. I have the Astros to win the division. A lot of people in this chat are fully invested in them to win the division. But the Orioles are better. Maybe you might disagree with that, but I think the Orioles are better. So what do the Astros have advantage-wise in this game? They have Framber. They don't have the better bullpen. They don't have the better splits against the handedness, right? Righties, lefties. They're not at home. They're traveling in. And here's my final take on this game. I do think the public side is the Astros. You got a minus 125 guy in Framber coming off a no-hitter, and there hasn't been a lot of belief for the Orioles all year. And we got CLV, which means the bet already hit. Ollie 1 unit's about to come on, and he's a big believer in if you get CLV, might as well just track it as a win. Right, Ollie? We'll talk to him in a second. Let's get to my prize picks entry. Right? Framber's pretty self-explanatory. But, oh, man, I wanted to take the Padres so bad today. Anyone see that reverse line movement? The Mariners open at minus 145. Now they're down to minus 120. Value crashed on them. And then I thought to myself, do I really want to get involved with the Padres bullpen? Do I really want to get involved with a Nick Martinez start? No. But what I do think is going to happen is that the Padres bats are really going to hit Gilbert because, first of all, Gilbert at home has just been so underwhelming. 4.66 ERA for Logan Gilbert at home. And if this reverse line movement proves to be true, it's going to be tough for him to get a win. And you know what Logan Gilbert as a favorite is to get a win today? Plus 210. Plus 210 to get a win. Carlos Carrasco as a dog for the Mets is plus 210 to get a win. So if we're not getting a win here, even if he pitches relatively well and doesn't get a win, maybe doesn't get a quality start, 29.5 is going to be tough to get. And the reason people like the Padres, right? Because what happened in that game where they blew it for everybody on Padres money line? It wasn't, they scored 7 runs. It was because Seth Lugo came out and he was like, yeah, the Dodgers were tipping my pitches, and Seth Lugo gave up 8 earned, right? So it's not particularly on the bats. The bats, I think, are going to show up for the Padres. It's the other aspect of the Padres that I do not want to back. All right? Should we go over home runs quickly, then get Ollie on? Real quick, because I think I already have my answer for my home run pick. So we did not hit Brian De La Cruz yesterday. What are you going to do? Pirates just jumped up. Give me Jack Sawinski to hit a home run today. I wanted to take his props on Prize Picks. He didn't really have much up. Let me see on Prize Picks right now if he even has anything up. Because when I checked, he didn't really have anything. Let me check now. Because things change. Sawinski. Nope, he's still not even on there. Right? So I like Jack Sawinski to hit a home run today off Yanni Chirinos. Producer Cohen, can you bring me on camera? Jack Sawinski is going to hit a home run today against Yanni Chirinos. That's my home run pick. That's my Prize Picks entry. We got a lot of picks today, so let's get straight into it. Let's talk to Ollie 1 unit. Ollie, how are you? CLV, does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mattered for the Marlins.
Yeah, they went up to minus 145.
I saw minus 155. That worked out. Good thing everybody got it in Sunday night at minus 120, though.
Just make your pick.
U.S. So not going to lie, this is mostly just a Plums play.
Plums play.
Plums play. I think we're going to get runs. The Guardians can't hit a left-handed pitcher. However, I do think that they're going to work enough counts today against Kikuchi to extend him and get into that bullpen early again. So I like that from a baseball perspective. Make Kikuchi work, get into that bullpen that was taxed yesterday, that they saw yesterday. That's how I think the Guardians will attack it, get a couple fluky hits as they do. And on the other side, look, I like Tanner. I think he's a really good pitcher. Especially going forward, the Guardians just breed pitchers, right? We know that. The Jays had one of their worst offensive performances against a starting pitcher yesterday. They let up 13, 14 strikeouts to Gavin Williams. I don't think that they get diced up that badly back-to-back games. They were coming off a very emotional series in Boston, in Fenway. They swept them. It was light work. And then the offense, although they won the game, right? Blue Jays ended up winning the game. The offense, very lackluster, had to take advantage of some things late. So I think we kind of get runs in the middle section of this games, 4, 5, 6, 7 type of stuff, and that's how it's going to go.
I kind of lean the Blue Jays just because
I also do.
Guardians proved to me you can hit a lefty. It could be literally anyone, right? Hyun-Jin Ryu came back and looked great, right? Gavin Williams struck out 12, and the Blue Jays still won that game.
Right. I don't think Gavin Williams, I don't think Tanner's going to strike out 12.
No, that's fair. I'm just talking about the Guardians offense part of this over.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to be able to get it? Because the Blue Jays could have put up 5 to the Guardians score.
Again, like if I'm targeting the first 5 here, I would go for the under. I think it's at 4, -105 or whatever. But I think they're going to make Kikuchi work, take some walks, make him pitch deep into counts, and get to that bullpen again. That was pretty taxed yesterday, although they kind of had the weekend off, so maybe they're not so taxed. But if they're going to throw out some guys that pitched yesterday, probably if they get into that situation, and when you see the same guys out of the bullpen back-to-back days in the same series, chances are you perform better. We'll see how it goes. Mostly the plums, though. I just wanted to give some type of baseball reason. Mostly plums.
Can you flash the leaderboard and let the people know where Ollie 1 unit stands?
Yeah, let's flash the leaderboard. How about that?
How about that, Ollie?
How about it?
What did I say? What have I continued to say from the beginning of the year?
Hey, if maybe I should just be betting on plays that I come up here and give, because I'd be up 4.3 units.
Me too. I'm down 3 point something on the year, and I'm somehow in the green on this show.
I think I'm down. I know show is probably more important, but I think I'm down 4.3 units this year. I've been as high as 7, and I've been as low as like 16. So that's baseball for you.
I've been as high as 19 and as low as 8.
That's baseball for you.
Baseball, huh? Let's get to play number 2.
Yeah, this button did not feel good to press, but there were some things that kind of piqued my interest as to why I'm taking a flyer on the D-backs. One, everybody knows they're 0-6 since the trade deadline. While they are going to regress in the second half, maybe not make the playoffs, they're not as bad as they have been last week. 2, as hot as the Dodgers have been, they are last in hard hit rate over the past week. Don't know how, but they are. 28% hard hit rate over the last week. Kind of weird. Pitcher for the Diamondbacks, rookie, up there in their system this year, came up.
Brandon Pfaadt.
Letting up tanks after bombs, after tank, after nuke. Went down, kind of like Grayson, worked on some things. He's been a lot better since he's been back up, and I'm buying the stock. I think he's going to pitch pretty well today. And the D-backs finally, after that, kind of like the Red Sox yesterday, they had a really bad performance after the trade deadline. Diamondbacks got a day off now to reset mentally, especially more than anything. And now they can go, okay, big series with the Dodgers. Let's make some ground. And you can play narratives all you want, but along with the narrative, along with a little interesting numbers on the Dodgers' success, they can keep Mookie and Freddie down. I think that, just keep them tame, those two specifically tame. I think Brandon Pfaadt's going to have a good day against the rest of that Dodgers lineup.
That was the first time where you mentioned the team they're playing, which is the Dodgers.
Yes. No, I said they have the low hard hit rate. The Dodgers.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, did not feel good to press. Did not feel good at all.
It's a short dog for a reason with Brandon Pfaadt against Julio Urias. I don't mind it at all. And I really like the development of Pfaadt too. He's a guy not as high as Grayson, but we really like him over here at Just Baseball. And he looked great his last start. And sometimes these rookies build on that, like Cole Reagan's yesterday. But then obviously you guys paid off the umpire. And then Pablo Reyes, who we all know is a great player, hit a walk-off grand slam.
Is what it is.
Is what it is. Let's go to play number 3.
Play number 3 is a Prize Picks entry. Shout out to the squad for doing this little fun thing. Transparency. I did not actually place this, so I don't have any actual units on it. But for the sake of the program, I wanted to dabble. So, I did put these two in a free 4-piece though, so I do like.
So you do have units on
I
these
have
guys.
well,
Yeah.
not really, because it was a free entry I had, so that's what I put,
like
and
that.
it had to be a 4-piece. So this is where I put these two. Last time I checked on my book, Brendan Pfaadt to go over 4.5 was at -137. Now that doesn't represent as to where it is everywhere else. Obviously, my book has really odd lines, especially with props. I don't know what he's at now. I don't know if he's at 5 now. If he's at 5, he can still play to the push. But I like him to pitch well today. Like I said, if he can keep Freddie and Mookie at arms, maybe just kind of avoid them entirely, pitch around those two, then I think he can really attack the bottom of that lineup, bottom second half of that lineup, and get some strikeouts there. Second, fourth, fifth inning type of thing.
So on top of it too, we have on BetMGM, Brandon Pfaadt is 4.5 -120 towards the over.
And
So
that's a pretty good number for a prize picks entry in baseball season. -120 is pretty solid value.
Also, are you aware the Diamondbacks is +135?
That's great CLV on my end. Did I type?
We might have tracked you wrong.
I might have typed it wrong in the chat. Let's see what number I got real quick. I have +135. Okay.
We'll correct it for you. It's your bad.
I definitely typed it wrong in the plays this morning. And I
always want to say I like celebrate when it's your bad because we make mistakes here all the time with
Yeah, of course we do. We're human beings.
We're human beings.
Betting on baseball, the most
Plus
variable.
135.
+135 for the Diamondbacks. So sorry about +115. I was like, that seems way shorter than I remember, but whatever. Either way, we ride. And Luis Ariz, I think, after day off yesterday against Luke Weaver and a bad Reds bullpen in Great American Ballpark in good hitting conditions, will get over 1.5 bases. Now, although he doesn't come on the show anymore, Cameron is money mentioned, oh, my book has over 1.5 hits at plus money. Interesting. If you look to play it on the books, that's a pretty good look. Not going to lie. Pretty good look. But on prize picks, they don't have that. They have total bases. That's what I'm taking.
Good shit. Love it, Ollie. 3 plays, 3 winners. Keep
half
winning.
Unit on all of them. Ollie half unit, baby.
Ollie half unit. Keep winning, baby.
It's working. All right, see ya.
Before we welcome on mid-major, just give us 1 point. Remember, giveaway at the end. So we are doing 3 different $25 entries, risk-free on prize picks. We're going to pick it out of chat. And then on top of it, I'm doing 2 straight cash $50 winners, right? $50 for 2 different people from chat. We're going to spin the wheel, and all you got to do to claim it is just shoot me a DM. All right? So remember, I know people, I see you watching on Twitter. I see all the people watching on Twitter. Come into the Twitch stream because you can't win anything if you're watching on Twitter. All the people on YouTube as well. I love y'all. Come to the Twitch stream at Just Baseball Fans on Twitch. That's where we're doing the giveaway. All right? WWW. Damn, I missed the grand salami over hits. Not mid-major. How are you?
I'm all right.
Did you do your 3-unit bomb yesterday?
No. Nope. I like to say I was completely right in the fact that Sandoval shoved his dick down the Giants' throat.
Okay.
I said if the Giants would score 1 run, I would eat that L if the Angels couldn't match it, and they couldn't. So I'll eat it. Completely right. It should have always been the under. I guess I expected Logan Webb.
The Giants did score 8 runs. You mean first 5 under?
First, I had the first 5 money line for the Angels.
Yeah.
So Sandoval absolutely shoved, but the offense just couldn't get anything going against his changeup. The best changeup by starting pitcher in the league. I undervalued it coming off a short rest, and he looked fantastic yesterday.
Do you know where Logan Webb's changeup ranks in run value among all pitches in Major League Baseball?
I just checked it after yesterday. It's like what, -20 or 17 or some shit?
Yep. It's the 5th best pitch.
Yeah. So he's right behind Cole's fastball. It's up there, man. It's disgusting when he's on.
Also, Peter, not to compliment mid-major shirts, -500. You just lost that bet. You won the bet.
No, yeah, you can't fucking compliment it after the fact. Larry Beeman, that was the easiest cash of all goddamn time. Who cares about the juice? That's a smart value play. Plus EV. That's what we like to call it here. Anyways.
Nice shirt, sort of. Go to H. We're going right back to it. 3 and a bomb. Why not us?
I'm taking the run line. I'm taking them to win by at least a run.
Okay.
So Logan Webb yesterday throws sinker, slider, fastball. I'm sorry, that's not right. Sinker, changeup, fastball. Tyler Alexander today, the opener for the Giants, throws 80% sinkers. Yeah, Scott Alexander. 80% sinker, and then sliders. And then what was reported is that Alex Wood should be coming in after Scott Alexander. Again, sinker, changeup, fastball. Same exact pitch arsenals as yesterday. None of the run values, none of the pitch qualities, none of the stuff, quote unquote, is going to be nearly as good as what the Angels saw yesterday. And every single pitcher, Peter, that has been traded, except Rich Hill, but he doesn't count as a starting pitcher. Every single starting pitcher that was traded at the trade deadline has won a game for their team so far, except Lucas Giolito. This is his first home start with the Angels this year. And it feels like a game when they open up a dog, because they should have, because we fucking suck. We're now a fave at minus 120 on some books, and the total went from CLV. It went from 8.5 minus 115 to the over. It's now at 9 minus 115 to the over on BetMGM, I believe. So the total is going up, and we move dog to fave, and it's telling me that the Angels bats are absolutely going to rake off of the same pitch arsenal that we just saw the day before, and that Giolito, it tells me that his slider is going to be on point today. And after yesterday, as we saw, the Giants cannot hit a fucking slider for the life of them. I don't expect Giolito's slider to do anything different. It's not as great as Sandoval's, but it's still, when it's on, it's pretty good pitch. And his changeup, it's telling me his changeup, which the Giants aren't great at hitting, it's going to be on today as well. So I think we score at least 3 runs in the first 5. And I don't think Giolito gives up more than 2. So I think this is a good EV stuff value play, whatever you want to describe it as.
Good shit. 3 units plus 110. This is a banger. Let's get to play number 2.
Yeah, so this is the prize picks entry. I withdrew out of my other play because I got scared of how many people were on it. But Giolito, again, I think he absolutely shoves today. He's actually the person ranked 3rd for the highest strikeouts on the day to record the strike, to be the K leader. Of course, it's Giolito, and he always has some book respect. But the Giants have not K'd a lot against righties on the road. And yet, he's 3rd. He's tied with somebody. I forgot his name. But he's 3rd. That's a lot of respect for some guy that nobody is backing. Nobody wants to back the Angels pitching staff at all. After last night, after the closer gave up his first blown save in the league, the game before, and then shit the bed again, a back-to-back outing in Carlos Estevez, no one's touching the Angels pitching staff. I have to. The Giants bats don't impress me. And I think Giolito's stuff is going to be on point today.
Fair enough.
That's a strikeout. And then the fantasy score under for Bibee. Correct me if I'm wrong. How do you pronounce it?
Tanner Bibee, you got it. Yeah.
Bibee. He's looked good so far. He's a young pitcher. He's coming up on 100 innings pitched, so it's the most he's seen in the professional level. So I'm expecting some fall off of his fastball, which has looked really good this year. But he's just a pure fastball and a slider pitcher. The Jays are the best slider hitting team in the past 30 days. And Bibee already has struggles against lefties. Against righties? I apologize. It's, he's a lefty, so he struggles against righties. And the Jays can just stack righties against him.
Well, Bibee's a righty. You're thinking about Logan Allen.
I'm sorry. So he's a reverse split guy. You're right. I'm sorry. I think of Logan Allen, the lefty. He's a reverse split guy to where he's good against lefties, has trouble against righties. Thank you for correcting me.
Gotcha.
But I don't think he pitches well today. In 9 home starts this year, Peter, would you like to guess how many times he gave up more than 2 earned runs?
Couldn't tell you.
1. And yet he has a 2.5 earned run square up allowed on the prize picks board today, which is really interesting to me when he's absolutely shoved. He has a sub-2 ERA at home, and he has that square up. And this fantasy score is awfully, awfully low. And the reason why I like this, of course, that's kind of the baseball reasoning. And how kind of my brain works is the Cleveland Guardians, their bullpen has one of the least amount of usage the last week. So if he does see any trouble, the Guardians are not quick. They'll be quick to pull the trigger with a young pitcher that may see some trouble on the base paths, who's had issue walking guys. And the Jays, again, they absolutely mash sliders, but they also walk a fuck ton. And I think that that Tito may protect his young pitcher today. Doesn't let him go long, and he doesn't have a chance to get a win or a quality start. So I don't see how he gets 29 fantasy score.
Did you consider Blue Jays money line?
I did. There's some that will touch on it. I'm sure you touched on it, or will if you like the Blue Jays. The Romano and Seawald, I believe, both pitched yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just I don't like going back to back days. If I was gonna go the Blue Jays, I'd probably go the first 5 to isolate Bybee or the matchup, or just the total team over. But again, it'd be early. I don't love the bats against the. Of course, we don't know what pitchers are going to come out of the bullpen, but the pitchers I'm isolating are Bybees, and I like him not to pitch well early on, at least against the Jays.
You know what I did find interesting about this game?
What's
Blue
that?
Jays opened as decently big favorites at around minus 140, down to minus 125.
Yeah, I mean,
now it's back up to minus 130, so.
Recently, I mean, that's kind of happened a bit with the Jays without Bichette. And they've been winning their games. I think they just swept the Bo Sox. I think.
Yeah.
Well, they won the series. That's without Bo Bichette. That was their best hitter. George Springer's been absolutely ass. Vlad has not looked. He's been a shell of himself this year, and yet they're just winning games. So I think people are just kind of tired of losing money on the Jays. And Guardians at home. Bybee's been excellent at home. That's good value. I mean, plus money dog at home with a sub 2 ERA pitcher. That's hard to pass up. So it makes sense. Early money got on the Guardians, in my opinion, but. As more money has come out, I do like the Jays more in the early, at least. I don't know what to expect of the bullpen that has been erratic at times this season, but I do think it's good moving forward.
Good stuff, my man. All right.
But it's really just isolating Bybee in that matchup, which I want to fade.
Couple plays, couple winners. Stay hot, man.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Question. If I'm a sub to the chat, do I also get my name on the wheel? On top of he said no?
No. This is for people. We want to support the people. Just another reminder. At the end of the stream, 3 separate $25 risk-free entries. $25 is a 5-pick to win $250. We're going to be doing that at the end of the stream. And then on top of it, of all the people in chat. So watch it on Twitter. I see you. I see it right here. I see a bunch of you watch on Twitter. Come into the Twitch chat. And then on top of it, we're doing 2 $50 cash prize. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, whatever you got. So 3 prize pick giveaways, risk-free entries, and then on top of it, 2 separate $50 cash prize. So one of you will win 50, another will win 50, 3 different people will win a prize pick risk-free entry. Jake Kaysen, what's going on?
What up, Pete?
How are you?
How we doing? Well, I think I'm 0-6 my last 2 times I've been on this stream, so
it either means you're just going to continue to lose or you're due. How do you feel? What do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, I'm kind of changed my method a little bit over this weekend.
Okay.
And I'm kind of clicking a little bit. I lost today, but yesterday, but I think I'm starting to fine tool some stuff. So
I like it. I'm excited to hear what you got today.
Yeah, it's doing the opposite of COV.
Okay.
Don't get that, and you'll be good.
Okay. Detroit, Minnesota over 8. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a contrarian play. I've noticed throughout the whole season, whenever there's like 2 low ERA pitchers, ace overs like home, whenever they seem to match up against each other, the game tends to go over. And looking at this game just from that's like the whole, like, that's the main angle why I'm taking at this. It's a contrarian play. You get 2 low ERA pitchers going against each other. I like taking the over in these spots, but I can hint in a little bit of baseball reasoning too. So the Twins, they're hot. Their bats have been nuts. I think they scored the most runs in the American League since the All-Star break, and I think they'll be most in the league if the Cubs and Braves didn't exist. And against lefties too, man. I mean, they're Polanco and all these righties and that be playing for them. They're starting to really hit the ball really well. Part of this run. I mean, last 30 days they ranked 6 in WRC plus with 122. Hitting lefties well. I'm not the biggest Erod guy. I think he's gonna start coming down to earth. I think he's due for a good amount of aggression. You're kind of starting to see it in his last recent starts. And you know my opinion about Sonny Gray already. I talked about him before. All his like underlying stats are good. They're not great. Like they're saying like he's not like due for a lot of aggression, but I just watch this guy pitch. All his pitches are flat. So granted, now like, is this a spot you want to target with the Detroit Tigers to find a regression spot for Sonny Gray? On paper, no. But like I said, the original angle why I'm on this play is because I like runs, because ace overs tend to go over quite a bit this year. I mean, look at did that Yankees game go over? And I don't know if Cease qualifies as an ace anymore, but
No, it ended 5-1.
See, I was gonna
Cease threw like a 6-inning no-hitter with 7
walks. I saw that. See, I was gonna take that over, but I don't know if Cease qualifies as an ace anymore.
And he doesn't fit that ERA threshold.
Yeah.
And on top of it, the Yankees left, I think I counted every runner they left on base.
Small village.
I think it was 85 runners.
See, as an Angels guy, and I don't watch him as much anymore because I've given up on him, but as I hear this about every single night on the Angels broadcasts, they say the Angels left a small village on the bases today. So it's probably a good way to put it. Yeah.
Pretty damn good way to put it. All right, let's talk play number 2, Marlins money line.
Marlins. So one thing I've kind of noticed, and this may be a temporary thing right now, and I'm just going to kind of ride the wave but dude, money lines are catching a lot of steam, been getting crushed. They've been getting smoked. Just look at it yesterday. I mean, like Cubs caught a lot of steam, lost. Padres caught a lot of steam, lost. I think I don't know all the numbers, but trust me, what I've noticed these last couple of days, and that's when I really start tracking it. Because the reason why I'm looking at this now is that, like, okay, I'm going through my process. I'm getting COV in almost every single play.
I know.
Obviously, it's not working. I'm going to have to switch it up. Then I notice, it's funny how every time I get COV on a play, and a good amount of it I lose, how about we just start fading the steam? So this is an example of where I'm fading the steam. The Marlins are all the way to minus 165 last night. Reds are a little public. I mean, obviously it will be Luke Weaver. He has that narrative of run support, but the run support hasn't been there his last 2 starts with the Reds bats starting to fade. They opened up minus 165. They got steamed down to minus 143. So I'm just going to let unit on this. Not going to 1.43 units on the Miami Marlins at this current state, but I think a little measly unit. And I'm a big Braxton Garrett guy. His xERA and his hard hit rate are pretty bad, but you look at his FIP, it's pretty spectacular. He has like a 3.13 FIP this year, 3.43. I know the numbers pulled up right now, but it's pretty damn good. And yeah, and Luke Weaver, I'm not going to get into because I think everyone knows that guy's not good at baseball. So I'm not going to waste your time on that.
It's interesting. It's interesting what you're saying about the steam because
it makes sense though, Pete.
And it's got steam from plus 115 to plus 105. So you're telling me it's losing.
It's the Orioles though. They don't matter. Like any line read, no, dude. Just fucking bet that team 5 times a week. You're gonna be up a good amount of coin.
It is crazy. I really wanted to take them every single game against the Mets, and I was like,
I bet them every game.
Money and you bet them every game, and you just kept winning. So no, I'm riding the Orioles today. Let's see how they do. But Marlins money line, okay. And especially again, I was on it yesterday. I know some other smart people that were on it. They got crushed. So good day to bounce back. And I do find it interesting that they're even bigger favorites.
But they opened minus 165 too. Dude,
right.
Braxton Garrett's good, man. I mean,
yeah, he is good.
He's good. Like people look at his xERA and think he sucks, but like every other underlying statistic, Sierra, FIP, xFIP,
his command is excellent. He's really been commanding within.
And he's got and the thing is too, a little to add to it, a little somewhat ball knowledge, non-stat related thing that Garrett, he throws like 6 pitches, and I think a young lineup like this, where they have to keep guessing every single pitch, they have no idea what's coming. Like he can throw a different pitch for 6 straight pitches. So I think a young lineup like this, I think that's a tough thing to look at. They're going to have to be on their toes. They have no idea what's coming. I think Braxton Garrett can really play around with this team.
Fair enough. Good stuff. Cleveland, Toronto under. 8.
Yes, under.
Fade of Ollie 1 unit.
Yeah, and Matt hates Bybee today. Bybee, right? Yeah, it's Bybee. I know ball. Come on. I know it's Bybee. I seem to be the minority here in this one, which is okay. Doesn't mean it's winning by any means. But looking at this matchup, so Kikuchi, I mean, he's been good, and like I said, he's due for regression, but is this a spot where we're expecting to see Kikuchi regression against this Cleveland Guardians lineup that I have it pulled up right here, dude. Last 3 days, a 57 WRC plus versus lefties.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not expecting Kikuchi regression here, and the Blue Jays haven't really been forced to use their top arms after just bludgeoning the Red Sox for 4 straight games. They don't have any high leverage situations late innings, so the bullpen's pretty rested as well. And when it comes to Bybee, yes, the Blue Jays hit the slider pretty well. He's been throwing that quite a bit. They're one of the better slider teams. The last 2 months against the slider, they rank 4th. So, and that's gonna be Bybee throwing that pitch about 35-40% at a time. But we've talked about this, and I remember I came on when I pitched this Lance Lynn under, and you thought I was crazy. Like, what, Blue Jays don't hit fastballs well? That's unheard of. Well, remember how I said they were kind of middle of the pack that happened a while ago? Well, guess where they rank? Guess how much their negative run they have now against a fastball last 2 months?
Tell me.
Dude, -11.
Mm.
It's bottom 20.
Mm.
This
You
team
mean bottom 10? Like of...
Yeah, there are 20 teams better at hitting fastballs than the Blue Jays right now. So it's, and the thing is too, is that you look at this, Bibby's fastball, it's okay. It's nothing exceptional at all. I mean, the WOBA numbers and all those big fancy stats just say it's an okay pitch. And that's the Blue Jays' weakness. Now, the Blue Jays' strength is Bibby's strength as well. His slider is damn good, dude. It's got like close to a 235x WOBA. It's not getting hit hard. He's getting a lot of ground balls off of it. It's a damn good pitch. So I'm comfortable playing into Bibby's strengths here and also playing into Bibby's weakness into the Blue Jays' weakness.
It's a good pitch. I really like this. I mean, it's tough. I would lean the under as well. I did like what Ollie was saying, but I see what you're saying as well. Now, I mean, what can I do? I'll just not bet on it and watch.
Also, to bring up this whole Steam thing, I've noticed those Steam on totals, and I've been tracking this for 4 days, so incredibly small sample size, but that's what's hot right now. I've noticed Steam on totals have been hitting early. Like, they've been smacking. Like, I think like every total except for 2 that got Steam yesterday all hit.
So I'm going 1-1 today, you're saying?
I mean, when don't you?
Fuck off. Go to number 3.
Yeah, nasty. Clark Schmidt shove day, dude. My favorite day of the week is when Clark Schmidt faces a team with no good lefty hitters, so he looks like Cy Young, and all Yankees fans get excited. And that's exactly what.
No, I like Clark Schmidt lately. He's been much better.
Yeah, he's been really good, but he hasn't really faced like a lineup full of like just dominant lefties as well. But we don't have to worry about that today. That's a different topic. So I mean, the lefties, and let me talk about this first. So Clark Schmidt, he is I wouldn't say exceptional pitcher, but he's like a little bit above league average. Like he's one of the better pitchers in the league against righties, which is like kind of crazy to say. Random tidbit as well. Do you know Talion has a 2.6 FIP against righties this year?
Talion, yeah. Yeah, he's been good against righties. He just gets
his
whenever you watch Cubs games and he's facing like lineups like the Phillies, they destroy him because it's all those big time power lefties.
7 FIP versus lefties.
Yeah.
2.6 FIP versus righties. That's totally random, but I saw that today and I was like, he's literally Cy Young versus righties. It's just crazy. But Clark Schmidt, he has like I don't have the exact numbers pulled up, but I can promise you he's been pretty good throughout the season against right-handed hitters. And we're looking at this White Sox lineup here, and I'm looking like Andrew Benintendi. I'm looking at Yohan Moncada, he's been okay. And then I'm looking at Gavin Sheets. Like, those are the guys. Obviously, you're going to fear Eloy no matter what. Not Eloy, sorry. Luis Robert no matter what, because he's one of the probably sneakily top 5 player in baseball this year. He's been playing like it.
You make the argument.
No one wants to say it. So, but his matchup plays pretty well into this White Sox lineup. And Tucson, Angels legend, shout out him. He's also, dude, 3.69 FIP, 2.62 xFIP versus righties. And I mean, Jake Bauers is one of the best hitters we've ever seen in this generation. So that is one lefty I do concern, because he is supporting a 5.66 FIP and a 6.07 xFIP. But I mean, I look at this Yankees lineup for lefties. I'm looking at Jake Bauers and this generational new player they picked up, aka Ben Rotvit. Who is this guy, dude? Where did he come from? Is he like just
no? He was in the he was in one of these trades for, it was like in the IKF. I think it was IKF, Donaldson, and Rortvet for Urshela. It was like one of those trades where he was like an extra. Yeah.
When like every team lost.
Yeah.
That was a bad trade for everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. Keep going. Yeah.
So that's the lefties I'm worrying about. I don't think Ben Rodvert, or however you say his name, like, he's probably going yard today after I slander. I've noticed this whenever I slander a really bad hitter, like it's going against like a split, like I don't like I don't want to lefties today against Tucson. I slander one specific hitter and they go yard. So if you want to make some change tonight, I recommend putting a sizable bet on Ben Rodvert to probably get his first hit ever, which would be a home run tonight.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's about all. It's just a platoon play, going first 5, because these bullpens. I mean, one bullpen's really good, but just the White Sox, especially after trading all these guys, nothing to do with them, man. Not one thing to do with them.
Fair enough. And we got your prize pick play, correct? Nope.
No,
didn't even want to submit one.
I did lab for that. Sorry.
All good, my man. We got to bring on Colby, but a couple plays, couple winners. Thanks, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Adios, brother.
Okay. Before we welcome on Colby Olson, just give me 1 second again. Remember, prize pick entries at the end of the stream. 3 different Prize Pick entries. And remember, if you're new to Prize Picks and want to take advantage of the free entry, if you use code JustBaseball, you will get entered in, and you'll get at least a full 100% deposit match, and then you'll get a free entry on top of it, courtesy of us. So we're picking 3 winners at the end, as long as 2 different $50 cash prize winners. Colby, talk to me. What do you got first on the
What's going
slate?
on, dude?
Yankees with Clark Schmidt on the mound. I love it. Kind of, I hope.
I love this play. Pete, can you tell me the last time that Clark Schmidt gave up more than 3 earned runs in a baseball game?
He hasn't done it in a minute.
Can you guess a date?
I mean, let me see if I could try and remember a start. It's got to be in a minute. I bet it's been since June.
May 14th against
it's been
Rays.
a minute. He's been good.
And the crazy thing is he doesn't usually shut teams out. But
No,
what
it's
he'll
always
do
2
is he's
earned.
the master of 5 or 6 innings pitched, 2
Yeah.
earned, 3 earned max.
Yeah, he's kind of
And
a 5
he's
and dive guy.
3.23 ERA in 13 starts since that May 14th start against the Rays where he gave up 5 earned. Like, damn, Clark Schmidt has been, I would argue, one of the more underrated starters in baseball this year. Super, super effective for the Yankees. Like if the Yankees didn't have him this year, I don't even know what they would do.
No, Clark Schmidt's the second best pitcher on the Yankees.
He has been so nails, and I hope the fan base gives him some love. But yeah, this is a good spot for Clark Schmidt because this White Sox lineup is just so decimated. They're having Elvis Andrus lead off tonight, Pete, and they have a 648 OPS the last 14 days. Jake just talked about, you guys were just talking about how Clark Schmidt really pitches well against right-handed pitching, and the lefties in this lineup are not good. So yes, I don't think that the White Sox are going to score much in this game. And the Yankees bullpen has a 1.99 ERA and a 3.31 SIERA the last 14 days. They've been nails as well. Now, the lineup has to get things going a little bit. They have a 704 OPS the last 14 days. They have not been amazing. Judge has been a little bit slow since coming off, but I say slow in just numbers. He has a 130 WRC plus, but I was at the game last Wednesday where he hit literally 4 warning track line drives. Like, you're telling me that not one of those fell for a double or a home run? It was just unreal. Like 4 barrels at 108 off the bat. And you're like, come on. So I think that this is a good opportunity for Judge to go deep off of Touki Toussaint, who stinks. And I don't care that he struck out 9 Texas Rangers because it came with 2 home runs given up and 5 earned runs over 5 innings. He's walked 4 guys in 3 of his last 4 starts. And the Yankees have a 12.5% walk rate. 12.5% walk rate over the last 14 days. So they're going to work counts tonight against Touki. I think they're going to score early, and I'm trusting this Yankees bullpen to shut things down. So, like, legitimately, the Yankees could win 3-1 in this game, and I'm going home happy with a -1.5 plus 100.
Brandon, our amazing graphics guy in chat, just said, no joke, boys. I think the White Sox get combined no tonight. Would that be something? But then they get combined no. It's a 1-0 game. You're just
No. Oh, no. You wish you would have took the juice.
You wish you would have took the juice. All right, let's go to play number 2.
Yeah. It has to hit, right?
Yeah.
It has to hit. I mean, last night they almost got no hit by Brandon Williamson, and you can't let that happen again against a worse Cincinnati Reds pitcher in Luke Weaver, who has a 6.98 ERA and a 5.82 xERA, both of which rank in the bottom 10 in baseball. Like, you can't let that happen 2 nights in a row, I would hope. And then you have Braxton Garrett, who has been good all year, but has struggled as of late, Pete. He's given up 5 home runs in his last 6 starts, a 50% hard hit rate. So he has been struggling lately. But that still comes along with a 22% strikeout rate, a 3% walk rate, a near 50% ground ball rate. So there is still a really good pitcher in there. I think he's just been getting, beat around, which does happen. They're going up against MLB hitters. He's faced some good lineups. I don't think the Reds are an amazing lineup against lefties, and the data will back that one up. They've been slow the last, 14 days. They've been 85 WRC plus. Yes, they hit decent last night. But I think that Braxton Garrett turns in a good start here. But I think the Marlins should just come out pissed off tonight against Luke Weaver and put up a ton of runs early.
Good shit. Let's get to play number 3 in the
Prize
prize
Picks.
picks entry. What do we got?
Prize Picks. So yeah, these are kind of correlated. I didn't know. I knew I wanted to play Ellie De La Cruz. Wasn't sure how I wanted to play him at first. He's up for 1.5 strikeouts, which is a wild prop to take. But I'm taking him at less than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs combined. And so Ellie De La Cruz against left-handed pitching. So that means he's hitting from the right side. He has a 40% strikeout rate, a 254 average, and a 623 OPS since being called up. So has really struggled against left-handed pitching. So he's going to face Braxton Garrett probably twice, if not 3 times. The Marlins have a good amount of lefties in the pen, and he's been struggling even from the left side. So I think this is a good opportunity to take to fade Ellie. And then I'm doing Tukey Toussaint over 2.5 walks. As I mentioned before, he's walked 4 guys in 3 of his last 4 starts, but the Yankees have been working counts, 12.5% walk rate in their last 14 days. They have a lot of guys in this lineup who just love working counts. Like Judge and Jake Bauers on their own could hit this. They could get 3 combined, I think.
Good stuff, my man. We just got to keep moving. We got so many picks, but again, Colby, thanks for coming on, my friend.
Yeah,
talk to you
sounds
soon.
good.
All right. We got Nick coming on, and just another reminder, stay tuned to the end of stream. Twitter people, I see you watching. YouTube people, I see you watching. At the end of the Twitch stream, 2 $50 giveaways, cash giveaways. 2 different people are coming home with $50, and then 3 other people are going home with 3 or 1 for each of the 3 people. $25 risk-free entry, 5-pick to win $250. If you lose 0. If you win $250. We're doing that at the end of the stream. Before we welcome on Nick, just want to catch up on some things in chat. First of all, want to shout out who just subbed. Somebody subbed in here that I want to shout out. Megan J. Bush subbed. Thank you, Megan. Appreciate you. I also want to not shout out Storm. Orioles fan saw me on the Orioles, said, we're not going to lose, or now we're not going to win. Storm, you used to believe in me. Sad to see. But then we also got Skitchin, my guy. Pirates Braves over and Orioles dog are my 2 biggest plays I was eyeballing last night. Look at the lineups today. I'm still feeling it. Absolutely love my guy. Pete is on these today. That's the energy we need. Now let's get some more energy and bring on Nick. How are we feeling, Nick? Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be back. Been on a little bit of an NFL grind. Not enough time to be looking at baseball stuff, but we're back.
Let's get back into it.
Yeah.
First play on the board. What do we got?
So we got the Orioles team total over 3.5, and I saw you were on the Orioles ML. I also love this spot, just like the not I mean specifically today, but like in general, just fading a guy coming off of a no-hitter. It's something that Ben and I have talked about for years, and I think you had the ERA stat at the beginning of the stream. I love it. I just think we have a good spot for the Orioles to get some runs. I don't quite trust Gray Rod today, which is why I'm on the team total and not the ML. I think there's a lot of potential for the Astros to score. I would have rather taken just the over than the ML, but I like the Orioles to score. I think we can at least agree on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Orioles are going to score. That's my main part about it. And I've really liked the progression of Grayson Rodriguez. And Storm, I guess, doesn't like my analysis.
That's okay.
Let's go to pick number 2.
Pick number 2. So we got the first 5 under 4 in the Mariners and Padres game. So a bit of a weird one here. I'm a big Logan Gilbert fan. Padres have some guys who are kind of hot right now, but also some guys who are cold, and it just feels like the Padres can't consistently score runs. I think they're good for 2 against Gilbert here. And I think that's good enough. So Nick Martinez, starting for the Padres, air quotes, starting for the Padres, probably going to throw 2 or 3 innings. He threw 2 innings of relief a couple days ago. But he's been really good in that kind of limited role. Struggled as like a full starter, throwing 100 pitches every game at the beginning of the year. But since then, has looked really good throwing in these like 2-3 inning roles. So I think that we can go 2 innings, 3 innings, 1 run, no run against him. A couple more innings. I'm a good reliever out of the Padres pen. And we're chilling.
Good stuff. And not the full game over because you don't trust Padres bullpen, I assume.
Yeah, I don't trust the bullpens necessarily, which is weird to say because I mean I'm trusting the bullpen a little bit for the Padres after Martinez comes in, but I don't know. I had weird feelings, and I like the plus 115 here.
Fair enough. Yeah, true. It's a good price. All right, let's go to pick number 3, the Prize Picks entry.
Yes, this is the freebie. So we've got one of the legs correlated with that last play. I got Fernando Tatis under fantasy score. So Tatis has just been ice cold. I mean, he had like a good game in course, but he's hitting what? What's he hitting? Not very well. He's hitting 173 in the last 3 weeks with like no power. So I mean, yeah, you're really needing either like multiple RBIs or a home run to hit this fantasy score, and I just don't see it happening. Feels a little gross, right? Tatis under, but we're taking it. And then the other leg that I have is Yusei Kikuchi over on his fantasy score. So there's been a couple people involved in this game. I think it was Jake had the stat about the Guardians against lefties. Worst WRC plus in baseball over whatever time span he was looking at. I know since the All-Star break, they have the worst WRC plus in the bigs against lefties. Plus Kikuchi pitching really well, just 3 total earned in his last 4 starts. The other thing that I like here is, and it's weird, right? So the Guardians, bad WRC plus against lefties, but also only striking out at 16%. So I actually think what that does is gives us a little bit of an extra chance for some quality start points from Kikuchi. He's struggled to go deep in some games, but if the Guardians are just putting the bat on the ball quickly and not really doing a whole lot with it, that gets you deep.
Fair enough. The Tatis one is interesting just because it got my brain turning. So I saw this stat, which I thought you'll probably find interesting too, and it doesn't really have anything to do with today, just moving forward with Tatis. So on barrels, so what is a barrel? So you look at Baseball Savant, right, and you look at barrel percentage. And how they track barrels is a ball hit at least 95 miles an hour with an optimal launch angle between 18 to 32 degrees. And think about it. When you see a ball leave the bat at 95 miles an hour above at that launch angle, more often than not, it's shot in the gap. It's at least the worst. It's a long fly ball warning track. Like it's a ball that's normally hit for extra bases. Tatis in all of baseball has the lowest OPS this season by a sizable margin, by over 500 points on barrels. A lot of warning track flyouts, a lot of line drives hit right at guys. So he's a guy moving forward that I think is hitting the ball hard enough, and we'll start to see those balls start to fall. Again, this one game, just moving forward, just something to kind of put in your back pocket.
Yeah. That is really interesting. So I guess the question I would ask is that the case because he's been unlucky, or is that the case because he needs to be hitting the ball 105 and not 95?
We'll see. Right? That's a good point.
I don't know.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. It could be just a bunch of 95 mile an hour balls that just aren't, could be very specific. I just thought that stat by like 500 points in OPS, you know,
yeah, well, 2? I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah. Teoscar Hernandez is number 2, which I also found pretty interesting.
Yep. That is interesting. Also,
Nick,
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you repin your graphics guy, his comment, Bison? Can we talk about his profile picture for a second?
What is it? SpongeBob. He definitely made that.
That's great. All right, that's all I had.
All right, Nick. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
Worth pointing out.
Good shit. All right. See you, Nick.
See ya.
All right. Just so we know, remember, guys, at the end of the stream, 2 $50 cash giveaways picked from chat, and then 3 different prize pick giveaways picked from chat. 3 different risk-free $25 bets. Anthony DeBundo from the Action Network. What's going on, my friend? Did we just startle you?
I was down looking at my phone. And I was like, whoa, I'm back. Here we are.
I'm a loud guy. I yell a lot. My bad.
It's a great day thus far. Kyle Schwarber just hit a second deck home run, 447 feet. So I'm feeling a little jazzed up. Phils are playing a doubleheader, so pretty exciting.
I love it.
Otherwise, I'm good.
Talk to us. Play number 1.
Yes, we will go with, waiting for the graphic to show up. The Twins, the money line is the first pick. I never know which one's going to come up first, The Minnesota on the money line. Jorge Polanco back in the lineup. Jordan Luplow, has been hitting more against lefties. They're trying to fix this issue that they've had most of the season, which if you look at their splits, they've been much better against right-handed pitching than left-handed pitching. But when you look up and down the lineup and the way that they, can platoon, it's not like it's something I expect to continue for the entirety of the year. And they don't
Couldn't
really
agree with you more.
all that much work.
Just a short story. I think I was on or against the Twins in some way or form, and I saw the lineup come out. I'm like, that doesn't look like the worst lineup against lefties. They've made a change. You could see now they can put 7 or 8 righties in there. It's a lot better against lefties now.
Exactly. And as the game gets later on, they can, throw Wallner and Gallo back in there if the Tigers getting some high leverage righties in there. So as far as this matchup goes, Sonny Gray has had a really impressive season. It is a little bit based on some home run luck. Like his home run rate has gone way, way down to 0.36 per 9, which is pretty remarkably low and not really sustainable. But it is backed up a little bit by some of the pitch data because he has gone to a cutter and a sweeper more this year to try to limit the homers, cutters into the lefties especially, and sweepers away from the righties. And he's avoided some more barrels through that pitch, mix, kind of altering the mix a little bit. And I just love everything about the way that the Twins do their pitching development and the way that they coach their pitching. I think it's as good as anybody in baseball. And you look at guys like a Louis Varland, like a Bailey Ober, even a Dallas Keuchel, who had a competent start over the weekend. The development they do with their pitching is second to none. I think he's a tick better than Eduardo Rodriguez. Rodriguez has had a great year too, 2.96 ERA. It's still impressive. But there's nothing in his profile that's just he's all that different from what he's always been, which is a mid to high 3 ERA pitcher. I think Gray is just a smidge better than that. I get the better lineup. I get the better bullpen. So I'm willing to lay a little bit of juice here on the road, minus 115 in this game. I like Minnesota. They're finally getting hot. I still think they're my favorite AL dark horse. I think everybody's overlooking them. Everybody's going to do it's the Central. But this starting rotation is deep enough to go 5 or 7 with some really good lineups. So
the only issue is Joe Ryan has fallen off a cliff completely.
I know. And I think it's good that they're getting him some time. His fastball had lost ride. His splitter had lost drop. Home runs had been a real issue. But even without Joe Ryan, like if they rolled out Pablo in a game 1, the way that Maeda has been pitching, the way that Gray has been pitching, Ober's solid, like Ryan is still, I think, has the potential to return back to that ace level that he was at in the first half. Like they're still going to be a tough out as long as Emilio Pagan isn't pitching high leverage in the playoffs, which he will. Yeah, that's a problem. So, and then they can even throw guys like Maeda and Ober into the pen if they need them. So I like a lot about this Twins crew. And I like them tonight against Detroit to get on to Rodriguez. And I think that the split conversations are a little overrated with Minnesota.
Fair enough. Great pitch per usual. Play number 2. D-backs.
Brandon Pfaadt cost me money early in the season. Made me some money last week. Hoping he does that again for me here. Somebody I've consistently bet on. I almost fired on a Rookie of the Year future. He was sitting at like 85 to 1. I was really impressed by the spring training stuff numbers. And the strikeouts in AAA have been impressive throughout, in the minor leagues especially. He came up, got bombed repeatedly. The command was a real problem for him. But he seems to have refined some of his command issues in the last few starts since coming up. The stuff and the location numbers are both up from the Fangraphs data. So I think he's a pitcher that's trending up. And I think Julio Urias is trending kind of in the wrong direction. He had a fine start by results against Oakland. But I watched that game and I was not impressed with his command at all. Felt like he got away with a lot that he wouldn't have gotten away with against a better lineup in that start, and seemed to always get the timely double play ball to get out of the inning, which has something he's been good at in the past. But you're seeing that home run rate tick up year over year with him, and it's been a consistent trend for 3 years now, where he used to be elite at suppressing homers, and now he's just average. And I think that's the biggest difference with him. The stuff is not the same. He's had the injury issues. He hasn't quite been the same. And like I mentioned with the stuff and the location numbers for him trending down. So I think we're almost at a point, I don't want to say they're even pitchers, but that Pfaadt is within range of Urias to the point where, I'm getting the D-backs plus 135 at home here. I know how good the Dodgers lineup's been. It's been a supernova. I bet the Dodgers yesterday, but I do like Arizona today at home plus 135.
A lot of fading of Julio Urias, which you do often.
I do.
What is
It's been
and you talked about thought, but like to really get deeper into why, because I feel like not every fifth day, because you do pick your spots, you're not just blindly fading him, kind of like Castillo, right? Like, what do you see in Arias that makes you think that he's consistently overvalued in the market?
Well, I've kind of just been that way on him for a while because the stuff has never really matched up with how good he is. He's somebody that I think, and I'm overrated on this whole clutch thing, but he's somebody that has consistently overperformed like league average numbers with runners on base. Like last year, especially, I lost a lot of money going against him because he stranded 86% of his runners last year, and that's just something that's not really sustainable year over year. And this year is the first year where he's actually been, kind of like below his normals on strand rate. So I think when you see a pitcher who is really good at inducing weak contact and doesn't really have dominant strikeout numbers, they can do that and be successful for a long time in this league, but it's just naturally higher variance. And you're going to see there's potential where if one little thing is off, it can kind of open the floodgates in a way. And with Arias this year, it's been that, he's given up more homers and he's stranding fewer runners. Forever it was, okay, he's not going to have great strikeout numbers, but he can be elite because he can do those other two things better than most. But that's a harder way to live. And I think that, that's why when you look at who the most dominant pitchers in the league are, I want my high strikeout guys that are going to miss bats consistently because you can see a bit of a decline more quickly than you think. And so for Arias, contract year has not been great. It's also represented in the stuff numbers. The stuff plus has been a little bit lower this year than normal. So all in all, I probably lost more money than won fading Julio Arias over the years, but I'm getting my money's worth this year for sure.
Fair enough. I kind of feel that way, the way you do about Arias with Framber a little bit. I just feel like in the market, Framber is priced as the American League Cy Young Award winner, and I don't think he's that good. I think he's great. Just like I'm sure you think Arias is still good. You still really like him as a pitcher. I'm sure if the Phillies signed him, you'd be happy. But at the same time, like, this is a market, and some pitchers I feel like are just overvalued. So I find myself consistently, all right, Framber's on the road. If I like the other pitcher and they're a dog at home, like, I'm probably going to be against him. Do you share that same feeling about Framber at all? Like, I'm not surprised that you're not on the Orioles. I'm just curious your take on that.
Yeah, I absolutely see the case against Framber, and it's really the ground ball rate. Because Framber, and then this is another situation, right? Like Framber has never had elite strikeout rates, but he would get 70% ground balls. And once you're over 60, like, it really doesn't matter. Nobody's slugging against you. You have a good infield defense. You're going to get a shit ton of double plays. It doesn't really matter. But again, when you're not a high strikeout guy, more things can go wrong. And this year it's been the ground ball rate. I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I know it's lower.
Yeah, it went from 67.7% last year to 54.7% this year.
Which is like a good ground ball pitcher, but nothing special. Somebody who can get caught when he doesn't have good command. And I mean, the thing is the Astros still play good defense behind him. And that's really the biggest thing you're going to see. Like if the Astros ever have a year where they're not good defensively, I think that, and you can pick up on it early, that's the year where you're like, I want to fade, Valdez, or in the Dodgers case, they're still pretty good defensively. But I mean, it does make a bit of a difference when shortstop and third base haven't been as good defensively for them this year. For Arias, that makes a difference. Every little thing counts, and they've had to kind of scramble their defense a little more this year than normal because of some, personnel changes.
Any lean on Astros Orioles?
I would probably bet Grayson, if anything. I kind of feel like the market is aware that he's really good too, though. So it's more a matter of Baltimore offensively. I still do have questions about how good like the back half of the Baltimore lineup is, and I think that's one of the bigger questions. But yeah, no real strong opinion. I'd probably just bet Baltimore as the home dog if I had to, because I do like Rodriguez and somebody that I bet consistently. But for me, that's an easy stay away. Although definitely a game I will have a screen on tonight.
No doubt about it. Anthony, continued success. Appreciate you, my friend. Keep killing it. All right.
Hopefully it goes better than Miami last night. That was a rough one.
Yeah, I was on that too. We got great CLV. Good for us.
I called. My bookie did not accept it. Unfortunate. All right. You have a good night.
Peace out, brother. All right. California Wager, big winner on stream yesterday, comes on, puts meat on table, says I'm on a 13-3 run. And what did I say? I said, we'll bring it on stream. And guess what you did? You brought it on stream. Do it again. Pick number 1. How we doing?
Good. How about you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, my friend. What do we got today? We got on the Cubs money line, Jamison Town versus Carlos Carrasco.
Yeah, I mean, this again, like how I've been talking about, like as much as I'm looking at numbers, I'm looking at spots, and I like the Cubs to bounce back today. I think, the world was on the Cubs yesterday. I fortunately laid off of it entirely, but I just think this is a motivational spot too, amongst everything with the Cubs. They want to win. They want to bounce back. They need to stay on a roll. And numbers aside, I think what the Cubs offense has been doing, I think they get right back to business again today.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you heard at the beginning, Jake Hazen was talking about Tyone's weird splits, horrible against lefties, great against righties. Who's going to really show up left-handed today for the Mets? You could say Lindor, but it's like, could you even say McNeil? And then it's a lot of righties in that Mets lineup. So,
and it's the Mets.
And it's also the Mets. Let's get to play number 2.
But yeah, next up, I'm taking the Twins money line. I think a couple other guys are on it today. As much as I like Sonny Gray, I'm obviously skewed as a West Coast guy. I've always enjoyed him, but I'm happy to see that he's been throwing the ball well his last 3 starts. He's looked real good. And on the other side, I kind of think that, I think that what Rodriguez has done this year, his numbers are a little bit skewed. You look at his last 5 starts and, he's done pretty well, but he's gone against Pittsburgh, LA, KC, Seattle, and Oakland. So I think that there definitely is a little bit of skew in terms of what his numbers have been. I think that this is a good spot for a Twins team that, has impressed me this year. I thought they would be decent, but I think that, their offense is strong enough. I think they get another good 5 to 6 innings out of Gray, and I think that they're able to squeeze out another W.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, Anthony came on to give a really good pitch. Good pitch from you too. It's an interesting spot because I banned the Tigers. I don't know if you heard.
Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad at least you did it soon enough.
Yeah, it's I didn't do it soon.
So you didn't do it soon enough.
I finally did it. All right, play number 3.
Better late than never, I guess. Same kind of thing. Looking at the Braves today, I'm taking the Braves on the money. I'm taking the Braves on the run line today. And again, I think that this is a bounce back spot for them. Obviously, you don't want to go down with that game yesterday, but as much as the rain delay was frustrating, probably gave them a little bit of a sense of, hey, we're down by a decent amount. Even when they got it back close, gives them a chance to really resettle, plan the weekend out. They had nothing but time there for a couple hours to get it in. I think that they bounced back today. And I don't know about you. I'm not a Mitch Keller fan. I don't think that he's anything special. I do think the Braves need to bounce back. Obviously, they've been on that little bit of a stumble for the last week, but still having a pretty solid season. I think that this is a good chance for them to bounce back and get rolling again in the W's.
Absolutely. I think the Braves bats destroyed, but I also, not that I don't like Braves minus 1.5, especially at the plus 100 price. I was more looking at the fact that I think Yonny Chirinos is a bag of bones, and I think that the Pirates bats stay hot, but at the same time, the reason why I stayed off the Pirates is I kept looking into Mitch Keller's matchup, and I'm like, good luck.
Yeah, and it was the highest total of the day, wasn't it? At 10, I think 9.5, 10, 10.5. I saw everywhere, all over. It was.
Yeah, I'm on the over. On the over. So
I agree.
So yeah, we have Royals, Red Sox at 10 as well. We got a couple of 9.5s in the market. Marlins, Reds is also at 10. But yeah, so we have 3 10s on the board: Royals, Red Sox, Braves, Pirates, and Marlins, Reds. And I personally think that Braves, Pirates is gonna be the highest scoring game of the day. Runs, I guess. Absolutely. All right. Anything else?
That's it. That's all 3. KBO again tonight. We swept the board again last night for Korea, so we're cooking.
Atta baby. And at California Wager on Twitter, tap into the Korean baseball. Guy kills it. And I gotta say, props to you. What did I say yesterday? I said 13-3, and the only reason I was making fun of you is I just want you on the show.
You're never gonna hurt my feelings. I'm a big boy. I like it.
And then you come on and you deliver a 3-in-1 day, including Texas Rangers minus 1.5. So I'm still kind of mad. I had a bunch of buddies at that game too, and then they got all invested into it when they knew that I was. So they're all sitting there sending me pictures, drinking their beers with their bets. I'm just like, oh no. They weren't invested in plus 195 with me. Doesn't matter. Didn't hit, but California wager.
It did take everything in me today. I wanted to take the A's plus 1.5, plus 120. So I still may do that for personal, but you never know. The A's could get back on a little run again.
They'll probably win today. Makes sense.
Stranger things have happened.
All right, my friend. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have DeGen. Don't know where he is. We're early. We're early for DeGen. Yeah, why don't let's do, yeah, I'll text DeGen, and while I'm texting DeGen, Ben Carey had a child, so he's not been able to come on stream in a while, but he teed up a video for us. Now.
Dad, when are we going to be a family again?
Where I'm sitting, I'd say when the Angels win the pennant. You stay out of trouble, son.
Good. I don't want to go to the game anyway. Angels never win.
I pray every night you go to bed without bugging us with 1,000 stupid questions.
Maybe tomorrow you'll meet a nice family, Miguel. I'll pray for that. It could happen.
If there's a God, maybe you could help him learn a little.
You got an angel with you right now, and he's gonna help.
Clark, stay in to pitch to Kesey. This is not smart baseball. This is ridiculous.
That was awesome. Oh, that was awesome. Shout out Ben Carey. Angels may be the biggest dodo ever. How can you think that when he delivers a cinematic masterpiece, not the Kevin Brown at the end? Ben Carey, clap it up in chat. Can we just get some clap emojis, whatever emojis you want to give him? Ben Carey, dealing with a child and still delivering us winners. What did I just watch? You watched a cinematic masterpiece. A masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen. And just another reminder, DeGen's going to come on. Is DeGen last? DeGen is last. Then we're doing the giveaways. We're spinning the wheel. Let me check how many people are watching on Twitter right now. Let me check how many people are watching on Twitter right now. Let me check how many people are watching on Twitter right now because I want you guys to get over here. We're going to do the giveaway right after it. How do I get to my own Twitter account? Yeah, we got 23 of you watching on Twitter. Get over here. Get over here. Be better than that. I need to watch Angels in the outfield so I can smile again. Spin it. We're going to spin it right after DeGen gives his picks. All right, ladies and gents. Oh, my God. I might bet the Rockies plus 182 today. Do we need to do anything for the raffle? All you need to do, Yankees 199621, is just sit there. And just don't leave. That's all you got to do. We're going to copy and paste everybody in chat. And we're going to run it. All right, DeGen is not going to cook. Thrasher, can we get you some positivity, please? Just a little bit of positivity. A little bit of positivity. We got DeGen. I saw on Twitter you're not a fan of my Orioles pick.
As the Joker said, not one bit.
Did you put your money where your mouth is?
Yeah, but I've already told my stream I'm not doing it. I'm doing it in the shadows.
In the shadows by yourself.
Yep, and I'm not. Don't worry, I already told him. I'm not going to cry if it loses. I'm not going to celebrate if it wins. But like the Navy SEALs, the mission will either be successful or it will be unsuccessful. But you're not going to hear about it on the lame stream media. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I will put a half unit on the Astros team total over though, which will ensure a Grayson Rodriguez masterclass.
We do like that. We like that for vibes. And Jay Kaysen told me, because I had it plus 115 down to plus 105, that steamed money lines have been getting killed. So congrats on your win.
Yeah, they have. They have. You know what? In all seriousness, I'm not even joking. I have learned over the years, whether you've already told your chat this, I'm sorry to be repetitive, but the the books typically take larger sized wagers the closer it gets to game time. With football too, like during the week, let's just say if the biggest bet.
Well, yeah, they either get them like it's all the night before or it's 45 minutes to game time.
Yeah. Well, like let's just say, for example, right, with NFL, you can bet $1,000 up until a couple hours before kickoff. Then you can bet $10,000. So what I usually value a lot is late line movement. But of course, by doing that, I'm not getting CLV, and that isn't always what dictates my bet. But what I'm getting at is this. I have noticed early steam is getting crushed in baseball. 10, 20, 30 cent really doesn't matter. But if there's like a late move to a team, even if it's just like 5 cents, I've kind of seen that side has been hitting more than it hasn't, which I found pretty interesting. And then on the totals, it's been doing pretty well. Yeah. I've gone against it a few times, which I've had success with earlier this season, but lately not so much. Took the over in the Marlins game yesterday, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. But good luck on your bet. The Orioles can't be stopped. I'm sure they won't be stopped by the World Series defending champs and what was a Cy Young favorite. So congratulations to you and the Baltimore Orioles. They're great, and you're great. Everything's great.
Shut up and get into the picks. Blue Jays money line not hitting.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta ask you on a scale.
I do like it. I do like it.
Okay, well, I was gonna say on a scale of 1 to 10, I just like to talk about it. How square do you think this play is? 10 being very square.
No. I don't think there's a square play in this game. We heard, I think, Jake on the under, Ollie on the over. I personally would lean under just because Guardians proved to me you can hit a lefty. I would lean the Blue Jays. Again, like you don't have line movement on your side, but who the fuck cares? I don't think there is a square play in this game. I think it's close. I think the number is probably what it should be.
Yeah.
And I think you're just betting on who you think is going to win. I don't think there is. Do you?
Well, I think it might be the Blue Jays. But that's not, and every time I make a square play, it doesn't hit. So take that for what it's worth. But I think, yeah, and I don't know how, I just put this in at -126 on FanDuel. I don't know what it is at BetMGM, but so yeah, I think you mentioned the line moved against me. I don't know what the opener was. I'm just reading real quick. I'm a diehard Jays fan, not touching that game. Skitchin, that's okay with me. I don't like it when fans are super confident, so I'm okay to hear that. But in all seriousness, though, I thought the Blue Jays were pretty square, especially after winning last night. But they didn't really win in convincing fashion. They struck out 12 times.
Yeah, they got dominated.
Gavin Williams masterclass. And, I kind of like a team that the next game after maybe, you could say like the better team didn't win. Why are you smiling?
Jed, you're going to love this comment. Can you put up that one from Jay Clear 88? CLV is like getting a girl's number at the club and then she never answers your text.
It's true. I mean, you're getting numbers.
So good.
Literally, right?
So
you're getting
good.
numbers.
And then you go home and you wake up in the morning and you text her and she just texts you back, but you got a number. That's a good story the night before. That's a great, I love that. That's a great.
I mean, you're doing something right if you're getting the numbers. In all seriousness, though, I mean, be like long term, it is the thing. You want to be on the right side of the closing. No doubt about it. But I just hate people who like take so much satisfaction in getting the number. Like that doesn't do anything. That really doesn't do anything for me. I think some people are like, even if they lose, they're like, well, at least I got CLV. I have never thought to myself, like, at least I got CLV and I felt better about that.
No, CLV for me personally, right? I got Orioles +115 down to +105. I got 9.5 on Pirates Braves over. It's now at 10. I feel 5% better going into watching the game than I would 5% lower if the number moved against me. It has nothing to do whether it hits or not after.
Yeah.
I feel the same way, regardless if I beat the closing line. Like, I don't care. I care.
No, I don't either. But yeah, of course. I mean, that's a huge number. Obviously, if the game fucking lands 6-4 and you get a win and other people get a push.
But I don't want that either.
Oh, right.
Like, I don't want that. What? And then I tweet I won and people are like, I want everybody to win. I want it to either soar or I lose. Like, my personal unit is not that big of a deal to me.
Obviously. But I'm just saying in terms of CLV,
yeah,
you getting that number is a good thing for you.
True.
But at the end of the day, even like a lot of people, if they lose, they're still like, well, I got CLV, so keep on trying. Like that pisses me off. But yeah. So anyways, we'll talk Blue Jays for a second. I really thought that I was like, man, this is a really square play, but I don't give a shit. I'm just hitting it. Anyways, I like that it feels like the Blue Jays kind of won a game they shouldn't. And especially after coming off of a really big sweep revenge series in Boston. This Blue Jays team, we talked about it, I think, during the All-Star break on my stream of like, what teams are we buying stock in? Like, who's going to make a run? A lot of people are on the Mariners. We talked a little about the Padres and not really taking them serious anymore. But the Blue Jays are really not out of it in this division, even though the Orioles can't fucking lose. Every game matters for them. And I think that your first game, they're in the midst of a 6-game road trip, I think, or maybe it's longer, but first game after that series in Boston and winning in the fashion they did after striking out 12 times, I think it's just like, it's like, whew, we escaped that. And now I think they're going to come out. And I think the bats wake up. I think the offense wakes up. And I just think this is a new and improved Coochie. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be one of those guys. And I feel like maybe this would have been the type of better, maybe 10 years ago. I'd be like, Coochie's so due to get blown up. This can't last. He's not that good of a pitcher. I'm believing in the Coochie, and I'm kind of buying this Blue Jays team, honestly. So I have to feel like if you're in that locker room, you're feeling pretty good about getting that win. Now maybe you go, swing the bat a little bit looser, especially after fucking striking out 12 times. But this isn't necessarily easy against Tanner Bibby. Have you taken a look at what he's done at home?
Shoved. Mid-major Matt brought it up.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I was looking at. And then once I saw that, I was like, this line makes a lot more sense to me. Because on paper, I think the Blue Jays are just a trendy team in general, but the public's going to gravitate towards them in a matchup against the Guardians, I think, even if they're on the road. But then you look at Bibby and what he's done on the road, and if Mid-Major Matt brought it up, I won't say it again. But to me, this line is justified. And I just think I'm taking the better team. Not saying they have a pitching advantage, but I think Kikuchi has been a more than competent pitcher. And I like the bats in a bounce back spot after striking out 12 times.
No, I couldn't agree with you more.
For what it's worth, I did look to see what the Blue Jays did after they got no hit by the Tigers. They didn't necessarily outplay the Tigers, but they did escape with a win. So I do kind of like that. They didn't necessarily fold or continue that decline. So yeah, for what this guy's asking, D-Gen's buying the Coochie tonight. That's my one play for the stream. I got a couple others, but nothing that I felt super confident about.
But you also got a prize picks entry. We're taking Giolito, which Mid-Major Matt asked to get half your units if you win because you stole it from him. Is that true?
I do have to admit, sometimes I get influenced by what people throw out on my stream. I don't think Mid-Major Matt was awake at the time because he's on the West Coast. So I don't think it was him that suggested take a look at Giolito. I don't particularly like Giolito. I like Patrick Sandoval, and Patrick Sandoval just pitched very well. So, and the Angels are the Angels. I'm not going to take the Angels to win. I think this line movement's a little interesting. The Angels going from dog to fave. The total did move up from 8 to 9. That's what I saw. So that does concern me backing a pitcher in a game where money's heavy on that over, because you don't know who's going to get runs if that does come through or if it is both teams. So I was a little nervous, but I think Giolito's kind of due for not really a statement game, but has he pitched well since being traded to the Angels? I don't think so.
I think his first start was great.
In Toronto.
Yes, his next start was horrific. And then here we got start number 3.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's correct.
I think that's correct too. I think did you say in Atlanta, start number 2?
In Atlanta. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he got
I think it was during the day. It's so funny too.
What?
I've lost a lot of money this year. Not a lot because I haven't done it that often, but I don't remember the last time I was that successful doing it. The Braves last season, their OPS during day games was 120 points less than it was during night games. And early on in the season, that's why I'm saying it hasn't been that much. Early on, I think I took an under or something, like in April. Cash. Braves didn't score it all early. It was a day game. And I'm like, this might just continue. It didn't continue. It did not continue.
Yeah. Well,
just another tidbit. So just don't care about that stat ever. If I ever say
okay.
It.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like super pro Giolito by any means, but I just think, there's something to be said, I think, for the team who seems lifeless and can't win a game going from dog to favorite. Maybe it's because the Giants are in a bullpen game, but they fucking shoved last time because they played the Diamondbacks. And I know because I was on the Diamondbacks team total over and they got blanked. So, I'd have to imagine your smart bettor moving this line is well aware of that. So I don't know if it's they're back in the Angels bats or if they're back in the fucking Giolito against the Giants, but I'm okay sacking up and taking his strikeouts. And then Yandy Diaz, it's his birthday. That's not the only reason I'm playing it though. Big couple of series wins for the Rays, and I'm going to spare everybody with my Rays jargon because we're down after Shane McClanahan's done for the season. Tyler Glasnow's got his back injection. Who knows what's going to happen with this pitching staff? All right. We are in absolute shambles. However, I have said this many times in your stream, and I am going to echo this. The at-bats and the offense looks to have finally found itself.
I almost took my third run line of the season, Rays -1.5 today, but I couldn't find myself to do it.
Yeah, I have I'm nervous about Eflin. And I don't know. Well, that makes me feel better.
I think he's nails. I really do think that you guys blow him out today. But I like Michaelis. I respect Michaelis enough not to bet it. But my opinion of the game, if you put a gun in my head and said, what bet are you taking? I'm taking Rays -1.5. And I like your Yandy Diaz play. I do think that Eflin is a full notch ahead of Michaelis, especially at home. He's nails in the trop.
He's very good. He's very good in the trop. I guess my concern is this Cardinals offense. They've got some guys, they've got some bats, and
That's why I didn't bet it. You don't know if they're going to show up. They could just score 6 and the Rays win 7-6. They could score 2. And then
what I was going to say is I think the Rays could score 6 runs and still lose this game 7-6.
That's what I was thinking.
They concern me, and I do feel confident in the Rays winning this game, but yeah, not by the run line, but. So anyways, I followed was following the Rays in this past couple of road trips, these road series. They won each of them 2-1 in Houston and the Bronx, and then in Detroit. Did the job. Can't ask for more than that. And I just remember taking a look at their offense because I was all over Glasnow the day he got scratched. And then, of course, my brain thinks, well, the offense now knows. I mean, Pete, I don't know if you saw the guy that pitched for the Rays that day, like the opener, first couple innings. This guy looked like he should have just been chilling on the beach, having a freaking land shark. I mean, I couldn't believe he was a professional baseball player. I don't know who he is. And if I'll text you a little bit later.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is my mentality is if you're the Rays, the offense and the bats have to wake up and pick up the slack. And they did. They scored 10 runs. And no lead was safe. Bullpen's guys were coming in there. Armstrong came in there and fucking ended his 16-inning scoreless streak. Batting practice out there. So the offense knew they had to step up, and they did step up. And the guys that right now are kind of lost to the plate, I'm okay with. Like Luke Raley doesn't really look good and comfortable at the plate. I think he'll figure it out and be fine. But Wander's heating up. Thank God. Brandon Lau's heating up. Jesus Christ, have mercy on my soul because I never thought it would happen again since 2020. But I'm okay with that. Randy is the one guy I'm a little concerned with. He's got a lot of baseball under his belt from the World Baseball Classic, the All-Star Game, the Home Run Derby. But Yandy was a little quiet. He was a little quiet the first 2 games of the series, and I just remember looking at his fantasy score. And I thought about playing, and I didn't play it. But I thought to myself, I think Yandy's going to step up. He's an all-star, batting like .319 on the year. It's going to start with him. What does he do? Lead off double. I think he got 2 hits that game. I think he scored a couple of runs. He was fucking awesome. And you know what? I think he keeps it that way. I think he's about to go on a heater. Got the day off. Again, you just got bad news with the pitchers. You've got Eflin pitching, which is fine. I don't think the offense thinks they have to carry the load necessarily. But you have got to keep winning baseball games. Blue Jays are on your ass. The O's are ahead of the division. They can't fucking lose. They're never going to lose again. They're not losing tonight. Definitely not losing tonight. But That's how I feel about Yandy. So yeah, Yandy's one of my most confident. I've been really bad at player props lately. So maybe that's the most important thing of what I just said. So fade away. But yeah, I like Yandy a lot. I like the offense a lot. I do like the Rays, but not super confident to win.
And the other reason I brought up that Giolito stat, I forgot to even tell you, is because that Giolito start against the Braves was during the day. That was the only reason I brought it up. I forgot the reasoning why I brought that up at all.
Well, I'm going to be honest. When you said that, I was like, why are you telling me this?
Yeah, who the fuck cares? No, yeah, that was during the day. Yeah.
That makes so much more sense.
My bad. Dejed.
No, that's okay.
Go Orioles.
Yeah.
Please. I need it. You don't need it as much as I do. I need it. You've been good, if I'm not mistaken. Lately?
What's that?
Lately, you've been good, right? I think.
In terms of
that's what I saw. Winning
betting?
bets.
In the contest or just in general?
No, just in general.
Yeah, I had a decent week. I think I ended up like 2.8 units or something.
I'll take that.
Oh, yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, I've slowed it down. I've scaled down. I just can't even imagine how you are right now. I'm fatigued in this sport, but again, I still love it. I still love it
too.
Yeah, it's
all
great.
right, man. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you. Okay. I'll be texting you during the game, and
okay, sounds good, man.
I'll be jinxing shit if I go down early. All right, I'll talk to you later.
I bet you will. Bye-bye.
See ya. Time for giveaways. Let's spin the wheel. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Time to give away some shit. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? We got to let people know. You're going to qualify in chat? You're going to qualify in chat? Let me get some bangs. We got to copy and paste who's in chat. Let me get some bangs. Let me get some bangs, ladies and gentlemen. If you want in on the giveaway, make sure to bang in chat. Good to see everybody. Nice to see everybody woke up from their nap just listening to all the knowledge. Good to see everybody. Jake Hazen, I do not want to hear bangs from you. Jake Hazen, I want to be made clear, is not a part of this unless he wins bets, which I think he might. But also remember, we got 3 prize picks giveaways, and we have 2 cash ones, right? So if you win one of the prize picks and it's not legal in your state, we'll put you out, and then we re-enter you into the cash one. And if you have yet to download prize picks, and let's say you get picked, use code JustBaseball. And we're going to be doing this a lot. So make sure to use code JustBaseball. All right? Quad bang. Bang, bang, bang. Everybody's in. Everybody's in, Producer Cohen. Producer Cohen, we ready to rock. We ready to rock. So what we're going to do is we are going to do prize picks first. 1, 2, 3. Then the 2 cash giveaways. So remember, the prize pick giveaway we're doing first, $25 risk-free entry, right? You can use it, 5 players. If you win, you get $250. If you lose, it's 0, right? So we're picking 3 of those. Next, 2 separate $50 cash winners, courtesy of your boy, because I can't win any bets. But I'm trying, and I want to at least soften the blow by giving some cash back. All right? Got to make it full screen. Let's make it full screen and spin that shit, Producer Cohen. Spin. Ding, 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 ding. This is for the prize picks. Ooh. 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 No Trae Young 24. Speak up or forever hold your peace. You're going home with a risk-free $25 entry on prize picks. Oh, please don't tell me. Oh, where are you at? No. Oh, not Trae Young. I'm such a moron. No Trae Young. I got to be better than that. I got to be way better than that. I mean, that was dumbassery at its finest. He ain't here. You're kidding. Not Trae. Please speak up. You got about 10 seconds, or we're picking somebody else. 10. Hey! First time chat. Now he decides to get in. Not Trae Young. It is not Trae Young, but you are going home with a risk-free $25 on prize picks. Remember to DM me. All right? Remember to DM me at PeterApple23. All right. Remove him. And then we're going to spin it again. Spin that shit, producer Cohen. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Who is it? Tackling. Tackling, show yourself. I also like that these the spin that we use does like a little celebration at the end. It's like, woo. Tackling. Tackling, tackling, tackling. Show yourself. Show yourself. Not Trae Young. Send me a DM. That's my Twitter right there. I'm tackling this MLB card. That was kind of corny. I love you, but that was kind of corny. Tackling. Oh, no. Oh, no. Tackling. 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 Can we be better? Can we show up for the giveaway? Why do we always have these problems? Tackling. You got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Respin. Sorry, tackling. Sorry, tackling. Spin that shit. Respin. So this is 2 of 3. No, everybody's on the wheel. Everybody's on the wheel. Don't worry. Look at all these people on the wheel. Who is it? G-Dog. G-Dog. Speak now or forever hold your peace, G-Dog. G-Dog. G-Dog, let's go at a baby. Let's go, G-Dog. Am I on the wheel? Is James Leon 6 on the wheel? James Leon, did you miss the entire stream and now you're just on it for the giveaway? Be honest. Be honest, James. Because everyone who was in stream this entire time is now on it. Yeah, we copy and pasted the whole chat. G-Dog, you're going home. Make sure to send me a DM. You're getting a free, risk-free $25 entry on Prize Picks. Spin number 3, and then remember, right after that, we're doing two $50 just straight up cash, homie. Just tune in. I normally am. Why don't you just put James Leon in there? Is that possible? I recognize him too. Oh, it is. Oh, you're already on there, James. Is he on there? All right, put him on there. James Leon 6. I recognize him. If I didn't recognize him, we wouldn't be putting him on there. James Leon 6 is an industry play. Oh, yeah, Hans. Everyone's on here. Everyone's on here. All right. Let's run this shit. Spin that shit, producer Cohen. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Oh. Bravo, Graham. Bravo, Graham. You just won a risk-free Prize Picks entry. Remember, guys, G-Dog, I see that you DM'd us on Twitch. Remember to DM my Twitter. I'm going to drop my Twitter back in the chat. Tried to DM Peter on Twitter. It wouldn't allow me to.
Bravo, Graham can't use Prize Picks, he said.
Can't use Prize Picks. Bravo, Graham. You can't use Prize Picks. You know what I'm going to do? DM me. I'll give you a $25 cash prize. I'll give you a $25 cash prize. But we'll just respin to give someone else the free Prize Picks entry because someone's got to get it. Someone's got to get it. Someone's got to get it. Bravo, Graham. Make sure to DM me on Twitter, guys. WW. I appreciate you guys. And I love you. I want to give you guys some coin. All right. Peter's like Oprah today. Let's get after it. One more spin. Spin that shit. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Oh. is it? Aval. Aval. Speak now or forever hold your peace, Aval. Aval. Atta baby. Aval with the free prize picks entry. Atta baby. Atta baby. Make sure DM me on Twitter so I can add you, get your email, all that good stuff. All right, time to give out some coinage. $50, courtesy of your boy, because I love y'all. All right? You guys want cash? I need to hear some bangs in the chat before. I want to say shout out to the moderator on YouTube who told me to switch over on Twitch. Bravo, Graham. Oh, that was producer Cohen. Let's hear some bangs in chat for the free money. For the free money. WPODP. W all of you. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready to spin that shit? Producer Cohen, spin that shit. $50, $50, $50, $50. Ooh. Ooh. No way! Thrasher! Storm is going home with a $50 Venmo, courtesy of your boy, but I kind of don't want to give it to him unless he says something positive. I know he said bang, but I want to hear him say something positive. I want to hear him say something positive. Thrasher, I'm not paying you until you say something positive. I'm not giving it to you until you say something positive. Leather jacket day. All right, I'll take it. That's good enough. All right. One more $50 cash from your boy. Bruce Cohen, you know the term. Spin that shit. Let's get after it. Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Victor CHN something something. Victor. $50. Victor. Victor. Oh. I don't see anything from Victor. Some slides quick to be like, he ain't here. Victor. Giving away free money here. Spadudios. Victor. How do we do this, guys? You gone, re-roll. We're going to do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, we're spinning again. Also, wait, hold on. Can you stop the spin? Can you stop the spin? I just got to clear something up. Okay, they can't see it. We'll respin. Letting you guys know. So you should be able to DM me. I get so many DMs from people every day, and I don't follow them. So then at least just tweet at me. Try to DM me the prize picks I won on stream. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So if for some reason you can't DM me, it says only verified accounts can. I promise you I get freaking DMs from a lot of idiots. Yeah, so how should we do this? If you tweet at me, just tweet at me. Just tweet at me. All right. We good? Spin that shit, producer Cohen. Oh, look at the lighting coming in from outside. I look so white. Spin that, please. Spin that, please. Ooh, $50, $50, $50. Oh. Skitchin 2-3. Atta baby. One of the most positive guys in chat, day in, day out. I know he's going to be here, and I know he's going to claim it. LFG Skitchin out of some slight so quick to just be like, he ain't here. He's right there out of baby. Shoot me a DM, my friend. Can't DM you, Peter, saying anything perfect. What the hell is happening? I promise you guys, I get DMs 75 times a day from just randos. Yeah. So, yeah, just all you got to do is tweet at me then. Just tweet at me. All right, guys? Just tweet at me again. At PeterApple23. Y'all know my Twitter. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate it. I'm going to be sending all those things, including the $50 cash giveaway, all the prize pick stuff. We got all the usernames so people can't cheat. WP, W, Ahan. Appreciate everybody listening again. The lighting is coming in. I'm getting blinded. Let's try and win some bets today. Why not us? All right. Best of luck out there to everybody. W Produce Cohen. Couldn't agree more. And so unfortunate news. Tomorrow I probably won't be doing picks. My girlfriend is getting pretty serious surgery tomorrow. So I'm going to be at the hospital all day long. It's kind of sad. She'll be okay, but I just got to be at the hospital all day. So no stream for me tomorrow. Appreciate you guys though. So won't be here tomorrow. I'll be here Thursday. Prayers. Good luck to her. Appreciate everybody. So yeah, I'll probably put out a tweet tomorrow just letting everybody know that we're all B. Best wishes to your girlfriend. Do appreciate you guys again. But we'll talk to you guys not tomorrow, Thursday. All right. Best of luck out there. Peace. Not gambling advice. Remember that.